taking a shot right on your chest. Wanna make you wet, walking make you blast. Smelly on your belly, listen in the kitchen. Shit, I did not quit it. Farting. My heart like a flower. You better shower.
What the hell did I just watch? Well, welcome to Tomadachi Life. In this game, creating dumb music videos is just one of many possibilities. For those who aren't familiar with this game, if you like Animal Crossing or The Sims, then this game is perfect for you because I feel like it falls in between the best of both of those worlds. In Tomadachi Life, you pretty much run the island. The actual you is known as your personal me's lookalike. So if you have a burger me, then I guess that's what they think you look like. As you create or import more me's to your island, the apartment building grows larger and larger. I only have about 60 at the moment, and it's already pretty big. I think the best part of this game is the interpersonal relationship with the me's. Over time, they form many different types of relationships, ranging from friendships to lovers to husbands and wives. Oh, and sometimes they get really pissed off at each other. What's up, Brock and Nefeli? Wow, they're really tearing the place up. I guess I'll check up on them later. Let's go see something more positive. Oh cool, looks like John Wick wants to be friends with Dale Gribble. That's a weird pair. Well, at least they got along. I thought Dale would get nervous around the hitman and hit him with that pocket sand. Sometimes when the me's attempt to become friends, it can fail. Kinda like with Laura. I like that though, it makes it more realistic. A cool thing about the me's is that they have one of 16 unique personalities. This mechanic is pretty much based off the Myers-Briggs personality chart. If you want to give your me a specific personality to match their character, you can use guides on the internet to make it happen. There's a lot more to this game than just watching your me's become friends. Let's talk about some of the events. Each day if you go to the fountain, all the me's will donate to you in this little piggy bank. And yes, I mean all the me's. If you let the scene play out, all 100 of the me's will walk past this thing. I only have 60 actually. Luckily you could skip it though, but definitely collect the money each day so you can buy stuff later on. At certain times of the day, you can catch your me's at the coffee shop having weird conversations.
I think I know what you're talking about.
How can I make myself taller? I've tried everything I can think of.
I don't think that's possible, and you're a good height already.
There's a girl's version of this chat too, and by leaving and re-entering the event, it will randomly pick which me's are there based on which ones are friends. So if you want to see specific me's talking, you have that option. Another event is the magic show, and I am not too fond of this one. It takes like a whole minute of waving your hand just to finish the magic trick, and it only works in well-lit rooms.
Concentrate your magic energy and move your hands toward the top screen.
The most notable minigame is probably Tomadachi Quest, which you could find at the carnival at nighttime. It could be surprisingly difficult sometimes. It's a simple 8-bit RPG. Your me's class is based on your personality type. You can be a mage, healer, fighter, or swordsman. Your me's walk on a railroad by themselves and have scripted encounters. The enemies are usually just random foods or items. The first one I got was baked beans. Wow, I'm screwed. I got 1 swordsman and 3 fighters. The final boss could be pretty tough without a healer. Next, I fought a gyro. Like this? Oh, there's a fork in the road. One leads to a dead end and one leads to the boss. Thankfully I chose the right one this time. Otherwise you have another encounter and it's just annoying. Oh shit, it's a gyroid. 2 of my guys died, I mean they played dead, before I finally beat the boss. To be honest, it's a neat little minigame, but it gets old fast. You can also play games with your me's. Sometimes they beg for your attention and ask you to play with them. Fine, I'll play your damn game. The games are pretty basic, but there's enough variety to keep you entertained for the most part. You can see that they want to play when you see a little green flag while you're looking through their windows. Speaking of the windows, that alone is actually quite an entertaining feature. It's fun to just simply watch them doing things in their rooms. Holy crap, it's like a real-life Truman Show. Oh, I should probably go check up on Brock and Nefeli and see if they've calmed down. Nope, Brock's still mad. So to calm him down, basically give him gifts or food.
Pizza time.
You level up your me's this way too, but we'll talk about leveling later. And now he's good to go. Now that Brock is calmed down, he's going to attempt to patch things up with Nefeli, who's still very mad at him. Let's see what happens.
I'm sorry about what happened.
I'm sorry too.
Sweet, things worked out this time. but sometimes they can still stay mad, which makes the other Mii very sad. When Miis are angry or sad, they cannot and will not do anything until they've calmed down. It's a sort of similar effect when they're sick. They also cannot level up, because when they're sad, the condition takes up the XP bar. Leveling up in this game isn't really a necessity to have fun in this game, but what it allows you to do is give them fun things like the Wii U, maracas, a punching bag, and other things to do in their rooms or outside. You can also teach them songs like what you saw in the beginning, or catchphrases that they just randomly shout out, kind of like this.
Good damn it, Bobby. Smashing.
I don't recommend giving them interiors from this, because you can always just buy interiors for pretty cheap from the interior store. Teach or give them something unique instead. Speaking of the interior store, let's talk about the shops. The interior store is where you get all these great interiors for your Mii's apartments. It looks really bare when they first move in, and their clothes are super basic, so definitely buy a lot of clothes and hats to distribute to your Mii's to truly give them their own identity. Another thing that makes each Mii truly unique is what foods they like. Each Mii likes different types of foods. Food is definitely the best way to level up your Mii's, so feed them each day until they're full. Don't be afraid to try giving them new foods, because you might discover something they like more than before. The more they like the food you give them, the more XP you get.
I'm hungry.
Of course Peter's hungry. You know, I think he needs to be on a diet, so I'm gonna give him a salad. Yeah. If they don't like the food, they can actually lose XP. This was his least favorite food ever, which is pretty rare to find considering how many different types of foods there are. But they can also have a favorite food ever too. Check this out. I guess Professor Oak really likes hamburgers, so Burger Me, you better watch your ass around Oak. Leveling up isn't too important to me though. For me, I care more about bringing the Miis together.
Flat face.
Sometimes Miis will try to set up blind dates for their friends. I guess Dale wants to try to hook up Professor Oak with Rosalina. I guess that damn cheeseburger sent him all the way to the Comet Observatory. Ah, bummer. I guess the date was a dud. Sometimes the Miis will also flat out ask other Miis out. I guess Jessica Jones has the hots for my friend D. You could give them advice on how to approach them or where to ask them. Well, let's see how she does.
I'll give you a balloon if you go out with me. Wait.
Holy crap, that's so unexpected.
I love you too.
Nah, I'm kidding. This actually happened to me a few times, but it makes the scene a little bit more interesting. What the fuck? A third one? Okay, this has literally never happened to me yet. What the hell's gonna happen?
No way. No way. D, who do you choose?
I'm sorry, but none of you.
Wow, that couldn't have gone any worse for Jessica. So as you could imagine, she's pretty sad now. I could try to get her sadness down, but I got other things to do, so I'll check up on her later. She'll probably just pound a glass of liquor to numb the pain. If you ever get curious about romances in this game, the compatibility board is a fun tool to see how your Miis match up. Let's try Brock and Daria. Hey, look at that, not bad, Brock. 89% isn't too shabby. Now let's try my Mii and Morgan. Holy shit! I guess I got no game with her. There's also the rankings boards. It basically lists which Miis on the island are the best. Usually the Miis that have been around the longest get the highest on those charts, so I don't really utilize them that much. A couple other things I honestly didn't know about for a while was Judgment Bay and Quirky Questions. Judgment Bay is kinda weird. You draw two shapes, and all the islanders will pick which one they like the most.
It's a good choice. Trust me.
Let's try that again.
I just chose randomly.
Huh, seems legit. Now let's try Quirky Questions out. It's pretty much a questionnaire for your Miis. You can input your own words. It's time to get dirty! Oh, well, let's put something everybody likes then.
Who has a giant collection of
Pizza time.
Me.
After I've done most of the daily interactions you can do, I still find it most relaxing to just watch the Miis live. You have to do some work before the community on your island is thriving, but it's worth it in the long run. It's fun to see new couples or new friends out of nowhere, and sometimes it hurts when you see them split up. Speaking of hurt, I should probably check up on Jessica Jones.
It's hard not to take things for granted once in a while.
Well, she's doing a little better. I thought she'd be knockout drunk by now. A bath should calm her down enough.
Bathtub, here I come. La 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 la. La 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 la.
That's good, she's doing better now. It's good to interact with your Miis. The more interaction and problem solving you do with them, the more your island grows. Each time you solve a problem, you get a little bit of cash too, so there's some incentive.
What yet?
As your island grows more and more, various milestones are presented by the Mii News. They also do some pretty funny random stories, like check this one out.
The how far can you stretch your face competition ended with fewer injuries than expected. Hank took up the challenge despite the concerns of onlookers.
Now that's funny. There's honestly so many fun little cutscenes in this game, there's no way I could show them all off in a reasonable amount of time. I honestly left out a lot, like barbecues at the park, the random dream sequences, there's like 20 or 30 of them. There's so many more other news stories, there's the frisbee throwing, and that's just to name the few, to be honest. And finally, another great addition to this game is the photo studio, where you can create cool compositions of your Miis to capture the memories of your experience forever. Some of the photos I have on my SD card are people's Miis that I'm no longer in contact with. But the photos take me back, and that's pretty awesome. I feel like the photo studio is a kind of underrated feature in this game. Whether you want to photograph your whole island, or just a small group of friends, either way, it's always a great way to preserve your fondest memories.